Work this shit. What it is? That like button, y'all. Damn, yo, rest in peace to what's up, Davon? What I said, he back at it again. Charleston White is back going on white conservatives platforms, talking negative about black people, man. What you mean? He back again. That's what he did. Like, what kind of man does that? What kind of man? What kind of black man goes to all white conservative platforms to talk bad about black people? Why is he even bringing them over there? You understand what I'm saying? Why is Charleston White keep going to these conservative white platforms talking about black people? Somebody answer that. I need answers, man. What's the agenda? What's the motive? He ain't like he telling the truth. And I ain't even watching. I just know it was a lot of fuckery going on over there. I know it was. I can feel it. I ain't even got to watch it, man. But yeah, rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner, man. Fucking Theo Huxley and drowned. They said he was in Costa Rica, and got swept away in the current. A civilian saved him. Well, they ain't save him, but they confiscated his body. Oh man, hold up, y'all. Fuck around, got order. We ain't even gonna be able to get the. I'm going live tonight, regardless. Anyway, so if we don't get to Charleston White right now, we gonna get to his ass tonight. We going live at 12:30. I wanted to talk about the Cashout situation, man. Rest in peace to Cashout too. Shit, you catch life in prison, you damn near dead. You know what I mean? That ain't too much far from death. Life in prison ain't too much different than death, y'all. It might be worse. Be honest. Oh yeah. Oh no, I don't. Get your bitch ass out of here. So hey man, you cool with that? You cool with them bringing Charleston White over there for shock value and views? Yo, do you know perception is reality? Yo, that shit not acceptable, bro. It's not acceptable to be going over there on conservative white platforms. Because at this point, all he doing is selling bullshit for real. You know, all he doing is dividing the people. Man, I'm not taking no 25-year plea deal, man. Fuck no. He ain't no way. Yo, I'm not. You don't take no 25-year plea deal, bro. For the next 20 years, you're gonna be in that bitch miserable, thinking like, why the fuck that? I'd rather just get life in prison, bro. I know what they bring, but he's sowing. Got that. He got me going back and forth the top. He's sowing division, man. Charleston White is sowing division. That's all he's doing. You know what I mean? He's sowing division, y'all. And he goes over there to these platforms to diminish black people's value, to make black people look ignorant. Like, yo, there's nothing positive coming from Charleston White going over there to them platforms disrespecting black people. Like, yeah, why we don't have nothing? We don't have no adverse situation where you got other communities coming over there to our platforms doing the same. Why? Man, speak to Pakistan, man. Why is that? Why we don't have no other platforms, no black platforms that bring other people from other communities, and then they come over here to our platform and to our audience and just disrespect their own community? Why we don't have that? Somebody, where is that page at? Where's the black page that focuses on interviewing other people from other races to talk bad about their races? Why the fuck that shit don't exist yet? The internet been around for 20 years now. It ain't a page like that. They got 700,000 subscribers. What the fuck is going on? Flim Flam. Hey, Flim Flam, we need to look into I was looking for you yesterday, man. Umar Johnson, man. Umar Johnson real name ain't Umar Johnson. I forgot what it is. It's on yesterday's live though. We need to look into his ass, man. That man changed his name. You gotta watch people that change their name. It's like it's a lot of name changing going on. But so Cashout got sentenced to life in prison today, and he gave a he spoke about it, said that he was railroaded. I'm mad that they didn't televise this trial, but we seen some of it. We heard some of the testimony. I don't think I know enough to be real definitive on the situation for real. Fuck that shit up. Then they gave me a call, y'all. No, I'm 85 South. What the fuck is that Atlanta page called? 85 something? Yeah, hell yeah. It's not sealed, but you gotta understand, Emmanuel. What's up, Sharice? Is when you cap out, once you cap out, you can't appeal. When you plead guilty, you limit not 85 South, it's an Instagram page. Once you plead guilty, you limit your post convictions. You limit your post conviction options. So you don't take if he was to take 25 years, the only thing he can do is get a sentence modification. Nothing else. By him being found guilty and getting life, he can appeal that bitch. He can file for acquittals. He can file a motion reconsideration. Like it's so much more he can do. It's an Instagram page. I'll find it. There's so much more he can do. There you go, right here.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning. I want to start out by thanking you for giving us a fair trial.
Yeah, that was disrespectful.
I want to thank the jurors for the amount of time that they put in to judge this trial. This time being on this trial, I was able to see how the jurors are put in a tough position to, sit there and judge someone's life. And it's a hard decision, and I felt like they made the wrong judgment. I've done things in my life. I'm not perfect.
Now, from what I understand,
but the things
he caught life, his mother caught 30, and his cousin caught life.
Accused of, I know that I haven't done those things. I know it's typical for a person to come up here and show remorse to crimes that they have done, but I can only show remorse to the people that I know that was in this trial. which is not remorse on behalf of like I did anything to them, because if you know me and people who really know me know that I wouldn't force anybody to do anything. I met women, I dated women who were doing escort or whatever, however people want to look at it from a more standpoint, but who was doing these things as a grown woman. I've only dealt with grown women. Nothing was forced, nothing was coerced or anything of that nature. If you notice, before this trial, no woman can say anything about me before this trial. If you notice, before this indictment, no woman can say anything about me before this indictment. I get the situations that people are put in when they're faced with a certain type of crime or a certain type of time, and they're bullied into this situation to put the blame on someone, or to put the blame on Cashout, or to.
And for what I understand, this was a detailed investigation. One of the houses that they was using got raided, and they found women in there dealing in prostitution. Like, I don't know if he got railroaded. I don't know if the case is if it's trumped up charges. I would have to read the documents. But he seems to think that he didn't get a fair trial.
The blame.
Hey, yo, they do, yo. Don't never trust a man that drew his beard on, man. If a motherfucker draw on their beard, don't trust him. More than likely, he'll tell on you, too, man. Yeah, man, shout out to Big Meech.
Someone who's at the top. That's why I didn't really fault them for their decision. I didn't fault for making her decision during a proffer. She just had a child. Mind you, she was just on video call with me while being incarcerated. I don't fault for.
So basically what he's saying is that these women all got immunity, which means they was all facing prosecution one way or another. And they just said whatever they needed to say in order to get a deal. That's what he's saying. And that could be possible. You know, we gotta get the real details of the case.
Doing the thing she did with her proffer, because mind you, she was facing a certain amount of time handling her probation in different cases that she's on. I don't fault people for making accusations, because I'm a man that typically let women leave on their own behalf. Never held them in prison or held them in slavery, or said you can't leave me, or you can't do this. Every woman you seen come on this stand showed you that they left and came back willingly on their own. What I mean by that, they left on their own and they came back willingly on their own. During this trial, I was able to see, you know, how valuable life is, and how valuable the people that you hang around, or the people that you even date, or the people that you even know, how valuable it is to judge their character. Sometimes I let people stay around who I knew was going to affect a situation that I had going on. So I don't, and for the people who came to this trial that I never met a day in my life, never had any contact with them, never had a text message with them, never had an interaction with them, don't even know where most of these stories came from, is baffling. Never forced a woman to commit a sexual act. Never. I've been traveling all around the world from here to Dubai, and you would never hear a woman say that I forced them to do anything sexual or commit a rape with anybody. I don't hang around people that do things of that nature. I feel like and somebody asked me this the other day. It was like, every time I see your head high and you are always smiling, because when you have that confidence, it takes me back to the Bible. When you have that confidence and you know you can be falsely accused of things. Jesus was falsely accused. A lot of the prophets were falsely accused. You don't have that emotion like you've done something. You know, so if you see me with my head high, or if you see me smiling is because I know at the end of the day, through Jesus Christ, the Most High will always give you the
No, that's
actual.
right. He didn't admit to any wrongdoing, which is going to hurt his chances. Like if he was to try to get back up on a sentence reduction or something like that. But if you think he ain't, if he truly believe he ain't do nothing and shit, stand on that shit. You know, that's why Bill Cosby didn't get bail. Bill Cosby didn't get bail because he refused to accept, you know, what they said he did.
Judgment. So I really thank you for providing us a fair trial. Just me getting to know you during trial, I was like, you know, she's just a judge. But when you sit 12 people in that panel and you know, have them, you know, judge our lives and, you know, put them in a position to judge our lives, you know, it takes you back to, once again, the Bible when people had to judge these prophets' lives. And I say, if you know me, you actually know me. There's plenty of people that know me in this world. There's plenty of people that know me in this jail. There's plenty of people that know me where I'm from. Like I said, once again, I'm not perfect. I come from certain areas. I come from, you know, certain environments. I come from doing things in my past life before the music. But I'm here to tell you that if you sat in this trial and you paid attention to this trial, before these dates, no woman could ever say, I done those things to them. Before these dates, you can go on my Instagram and see these women enjoying themselves, having their own things, living their own life. Before these dates, I can say you had these women that never had anything to say about me before this indictment, before the RICO. You had these women actually talking to me while I was incarcerated. I've been incarcerated for 4 years, and these women are interacting with me. These women who took the stand and supposedly scared of me or monsters or took these, or I'm a monster or took these proffers. This wasn't the case before they was indicted. So from my perspective, I feel like some people can get bullied into a situation that they really don't really wanna do. And
Yo, he right about that though. That regardless how people feel, whether it's guilt or innocence, yo, people can't get bullied into a situation. Yo, when you talking about criminal charges coming down, yo, people true colors start to show, man. Now I don't know if that's the situation with his case. I'm just saying that is a valid situation.
see, I'm sitting here just holding my head high and just, you know, feeling that one day the truth will come out. One day the truth will come out on my situation. One day the truth will come out on this rape allegation. That these things never happen. And when you see a person get up on that stand and put their hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth, that means you have to be perfect like you're Jesus. You have to be perfect on that stand. You can't show a flaw. And that's a tough one. It's a tough one for me because I had flaws in my life. So you have to tell the complete truth on that stand. And I got up there and see people put their hand on that Bible and not tell the complete truth. And that's baffling. But at the end of the day, I put my trust in the Most High. I put my trust in the universe to bring out the truth. To bring out the truth of these people who made these allegations. To me, it's like you have no heart. You have no heart. And I know people want me to stay in line or walk a toe, but when you speaking something truthfully and you speaking from the heart and you know that this is not your character, something must be said.
Man.
And I just wanted to address the court.
Yo, taking 25 years is easier said than done, bro. I just couldn't imagine pleading guilty, yo, to 25 years, yo. I can't see it. Can't see it. Maybe 15. Not 25, yo. I can't plead guilty to 25. I think I might got a call. Hello? Oh, no, I'm ready to get to it now. All right, y'all. I gotta get this call. Yeah, we going live at 12:30 a.m. tonight. We gonna get to Charleston White because I'm sure I ain't even checked the interview out. I'm sure there's a lot to talk about though. But y'all make sure I hit that like button. Make sure I subscribe to the channel. It's never there keeping you news, and I'm out.